صدري يسر لي أمري احلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Today we want to take a look at Surah Al-Kahf chapter, or the Cave, chapter number 18 in the Quran. And today, on the whole universe, the whole world is looking for one important concept, one demand from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the heavens and earth, which is mercy. All of us asking God for mercy, for His love, for Him to stop the enmity and the hatred on earth. We want to go and look into the Quran from the angle of Surah Al-Kahf. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of all, Surah Al-Kahf located in the middle of the Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Surah Al-Kahf, from the beginning to the end, is talking about the concept of mercy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing the concept of mercy in different ways in this surah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started this surah by the story of the youth of the cave. They asked God. First of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us in this instant that the mercy is a result of a belief. These people believe. They believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then they want to escape. They don't want to worship the idols which their people, their town, were worshipping. So they escaped. So first of all, they recognized that there is a creator. They had the knowledge. They recognized it, the knowledge, and then they got out. Then they asked for the mercy, which is rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the word mercy, it's an encompassing word. It encompasses everything. That means God will take care of you. God will provide you for your sustenance. God will provide you for the protection. God will provide you with the iman, or the belief. God will provide you with His ability to make you gain more knowledge and give you strength in your belief. And that is what these people, they called on upon Allah and said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the mercy for Him, and to give them ability to make the right direction, to direct them to the right way. Allahumma atina min ladunka rahmah wa hab lana min ladunka rashada. That was their dua. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He took them away. He put them in the cave for years, and made them as a big sign. Then after we proceed to the story of Musa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's talking about Sayyidina al-Khadr, the one who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Prophet Musa to learn from him. He said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, abdan, he was a slave of Allah. Allah have given him mercy. وَعَلَّمْنَاهُ مِن لَدُنَّ عِلْمًا, and He have given him knowledge. That's what Allah said about him. So here Allah gave him the mercy first, which led him, of course, that person deserved that mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah gave him the mercy, and then from there he gained knowledge, and Allah teach him. Even he was more knowledgeable because Allah gave him the ability to understand also why he's doing the action for. Why he's doing the actions for. Because Musa alayhi salam, he couldn't grasp, he couldn't understand what he was doing. Then we come to this story. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even have mercy, on all creation, on the animals. You don't even have to believe in Allah for Him to give you the oxygen, for Him to give you your sustenance, for Him to give you, whatever it will help you or make you able to live. The same thing was the people of the ship. They were just regular, simple people fishermen, most likely. They're looking to have sustenance, looking for their provision. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made, the Khidr to help them, protect their property. Their property was the ship. So God had mercy upon these people. He protected them, or protect their property from being taken by the tyrant king. Then you proceed to God is taking care of the believers. After you believe, He will have more even mercy upon you when you believe. When you believe, Allah will bestow on you more of His mercy. The story of the two parents who were mu'minain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said they were believers. So Allah didn't want to even bother them. Allah didn't want to punish them by having a child who will be disobedient. First of all, will be disobedient to them, and he will be a disbeliever. So Allah said He first of all killing a child. Everybody will look at it as something which is very heinous crime. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this case, this killing was a mercy for those believers. Because if that child grew up, first of all, he will be disobedient to his parents. He could attack his parents. He could misbehave. He has misbehaved to his parents. He could do all of that. And on the top of that, he will be a disbeliever. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was a mercy to get rid of that child. And then also the mercy. So here mercy for somebody to die. And another mercy for him, he recompensated them with a new child. A mercy for somebody else to be born. That's mercy from God. And then, so that is the mercy of the believers. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also is showing us the mercy of the two parents, which they left a treasure to their kids. That's also, they were worshippers. They were righteous. What happened to them? God protected this property. Although they were surrounded by stingy, unjust society around them, but God has taken take care of those believers and took care of the property which they left for their children. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showing us at the end of the surah one of the utmost principles of mercy, which is justice. The just ruler, Dhul Qarnayn, Allah have given him the reasoning and ability to do things in a just manner. And he was able to use this to ask people to do good and forbid evil. To protect aggression. To stop the aggression. And we know from the story that he was able to build a wall. And at the end of that, he said, هذه رحمة من رب. قال هذه رحمة من ربي فإذا جاء وعد ربي جعله دكا. This is a mercy from God that given me, that's the Dhul Qarnayn said, the knowledge, the ability, and the help of the people. And him being a just ruler. So all of this is rahmah, mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the most and utmost mercy God have sent to this earth are two things. The Quran, this book, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the book of the Quran, He mentioned as a mercy. This Quran is a mercy for the believers. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Indeed, we have sent you, O Muhammad, peace be upon you, as a mercy for mankind. So, don't be hopeless and ask Allah. Always ask God for mercy. God have access to come to His houses, His place of worship, to the masajid, and populate them, because these places are places of mercy. One of the dua, when you enter to the masjid, you said, Allahumma aftah li abwaba rahmatik. Oh Allah, open for me the doors of your mercy. So that's a very important to keep going to the masajid, because there's a lot of blessing there, and God's mercy will come. And we ask God in this day to bestow His mercy on us, bestow His mercy on those people who are weak, bestow His mercy on all of those who cannot help themselves, bestow His mercy on those people who cannot protect themselves, bestow His mercy on all the believers. قولوا قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم.